Alright, so earlier this week, a dude by the name of Matt Schley, God, I hope I pronounced his last name right. He wrote an article about a Japanese animator that pretty much kind of broke down and went on a bit of a rant on Twitter. The animator Mai Matsuura stated that there are not enough of us to handle all of these shows, and an article that states there's like about 70 different shows all at once within the last season alone. Most notably, Mai Matsuura is the chief animator for Food Wars, character designer for King of Prism, and key animator for a couple other series, most notably Kabanari of the Iron Fortress and Cheating Craft. 40 shows, 300 shots each, all accumulating to 12,000 shots in total. That is fucking insane. Those are the numbers she broke down for us, stating that for over 30 shots each, it would take at least 400 animators. And that's not including openings, endings, or theatrical releases. And she also says it's pretty much kind of impossible to get a head start for next season for other projects that are upcoming. She goes on to state that maybe the amount of anime being produced each year, each season should be lowered. And I honestly think that's a good thing, if it could happen. Because the amount of anime we see each season, year after year, is starting to get duller, kind of watered down, I guess you could say. A lot of recycled stuff. It's a lot. And that way it could accommodate the manpower they have now versus what they actually need. Her main solution for this though is for each studio to have their own dedicated animation staff, because if you don't know, the anime studios that are in Japan right now, they hire freelancers. And what these freelancers do is they create keyframes. And what key animations are the movement to movement to movement kind of deal, as best I can explain it. So 1, 2, 3. And then they have in-betweeners, which is a way of, I say, connect the dots. So that way you can see, instead of this, you'll see a fluid moment like that. My light. One of the studios that has a dedicated animation staff is one we might all know and love, Kyoto Animation. You know, the ones that made Chunibyo Demakoi ga Shitai, Kyokai no Kanata, Symphony Euphorium, and the list goes on and on and on. And they create beautiful animation because they have a dedicated art staff. And if you look at their releases, it's only like maybe 1 or 2 series a season. So they know what to focus on, and that's what they put all their energy into, and that's how we get these awesome looking anime from them. Now if other studios did this, I feel like the animation quality could get better, but that would also mean that they would have to lessen the strain and lessen the amount of anime that are being produced. Because if you look at a lot of these light novel adaptations, it's a lot of OP main characters and a lot of harem, and it's oversaturating the market at the moment. I'll watch them from time to time, I will be honest, but it gets boring after a while. So Matsuura pretty much at the end of her little rant says, if studios don't take up the Kyoto style of animation, that eventually some series are just going to crash and burn. And I feel like she's right. Now, a similar situation happened last year with a dude named Henry Thurlow. In case you don't know, he's an American animator who moved to Japan and became a Japanese animator. And for the studio that he's working at is Studio Period. And if you don't know what Studio Period is, Naruto. He works for the studio that creates Naruto. As an artist in America, he felt like he wasn't getting the satisfaction that an artist craves for creating high-end, awesome, amazing works that people recognize, be like, oh, that's so awesome. So looking at anime, he decided, I want to do that, moved to Japan, and became an animator there, and states that pretty much he's paying the price for it. And pretty much proves Matsuura's point that there's not enough animators there, because he would be working about a 10-hour shift, 6 days a week normally. But he says when the studio feels like the deadlines won't be met, they would call him in, and it would be like endless days, day after day, day after day, making sure the deadline is met and that the anime is produced at the time it's supposed to. Not only was the work tiring, but the pay was pretty much shit. An average paycheck, he said, would be about $100. Just $100. Holy shit. And that's not weekly or bi-weekly, that's a month. $100 a month working on anime. That's fucking insane. Now there's an anime that goes a little deeper into the industry. A lot of people, you may know it, you may not know it, but it's called Shirobako. If you don't know what Shirobako is, it's an anime about making anime. It's about these girls who are in an animation club in high school who eventually went on to the anime industry and started working in their own respective ways. One's a studio assistant, one's a 3D designer, one's aspiring seiyuu, there's a key animator, in-betweener, kind of like what I mentioned before. And while it seems moe blobbish at times, it's actually pretty informative. I suggest you check it out if you're wondering what the anime industry is like. It goes more into depth of what key animation and in-betweeners are, what the production is like, the directors, the staff, production, all of that. Like a 24, 26 episodes, I believe. I almost forgot. I recently bought it. Bada bing. That's what it looks like. Don't let appearances fool you. It's good. So next time you're watching anime, it looks amazing, looks awesome. An anime that looks okay and awesome to anime that looks pretty much like shit. Just remember that people work on these and the work situation for them and the pay isn't all that great. As much as we like to shit on series, praise series, just say that series, man, that series is awesome. Just remember to have respect for the animators that do it. Whether it be for a paycheck, whether it be for artistic drive, or whatever other reasons they have behind it. They make our anime for us, and that's awesome. So respect to them and the industry, as harsh as it may be. So anyway, thanks for watching. This is Mai Matsuura signing out. Later.